It's been a little over a week since the attempt on Trump happened. With all the information that has been released since then, you would think that we would have an explanation for all of this. But the more information that comes out, the more confused people become about how this even happened. How was former President Donald Trump almost taken out in his own rally with all that law enforcement and Secret Service agents protecting him? These people were supposed to keep Trump safe.
Wait, man, I really wanted to make a video about this like early on, but I just really had to dissect it and learn more about the situation. But this guy, The Truth Is, y'all got to go follow his channel. The Truth Is, bro. He put together some nice videos, but the way he broke it down, it's like, okay, I have to bring this to you guys. But put y'all cash up in the comments. Also, if you want to join the $1,000 giveaway, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at 200_acres. You are in the giveaway. I will be doing the giveaway live on this channel August 22nd. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, y'all got to watch this video, man. I think it's very, very interesting, bro. Like, because we'll talk more as the video goes on.
Wasn't happening on July 13th. The way that this 20-year-old kid was able to get so close to taking out a former president so easily, it almost appears like they let it happen. Hey guys, I hope all is well.
Now, yeah, that was really weird to me, because another thing, because y'all know, like, if y'all been watching my channel, I'm in the military. I'm currently in the military and I'm getting out. I was on the Gerald R. Ford for a good amount of time. And Trump came to the boat to do a speech. And they picked me to do side boys for Trump. So side boys is the people who basically you walk through. I wish I had the picture, but I don't have the picture on my phone no more. I don't know why. But my dad say he got deleted out of his phone. But one of my friend who did side boys with me, he got the picture. I'll see if I can hit him up to see if I can get it. If not, y'all will see it in another video. But I did side boys for Trump. But if anybody knows side boys is, we're like the closest people to Trump. And I saw all the security that he had around him. I'm talking about, it's crazy, like the amount of security. The fact that some untrained kid could get that close without nobody recognizing it, I still don't fathom. I can't fathom the situation. But let's hear what he got to say.
Presidents are the most secured people in the world. The amount of law enforcement and Secret Service agents protecting Trump makes it nearly impossible for this to have happened. I mean, nothing is ever impossible, but unless the assassin was professionally trained with a military or a law enforcement background with intel and high-tech equipment, chances are they ain't touching a president. Even with all that, it's still nearly impossible to take out the president. With all the advanced surveillance technology available to the authorities nowadays, and the sheer amount of law enforcement present, an assassin wouldn't even get close before they're discovered and eliminated. So how in the world was a 20-year-old untrained civilian able to sneak past all this security undetected, climb on top of a roof, and then successfully fire at Trump, actually hitting him? This simply isn't adding up no matter what we are told. If you saw my free Patreon video on this situation, then you would know exactly what I think about all of this. Obviously, we're not being told the full story. So many videos have been released that back up the point I made on Patreon. This video by a channel called Fern shows a visual demonstration of the rally and they show us how there were 3 different perimeter layers of security at the event. They showed that the Secret Service was the first layer of protection for the president. Then Secret Service and law enforcement act as the second layer of protection, with local law enforcement securing the outer area of the rally.
Beyond that, the Secret Service said it relied on local law enforcement to secure the building that crooks climbed. Typically, Secret Service and local police operate together in concentric circles. Closest to the principal, in this case Trump, are teams of highly trained Secret Service agents. In the middle perimeter, there's usually a mix of Secret Service and local law enforcement, who might cover portions of the motorcade and any pre-event screening. And in the outer perimeter, security largely falls on local law enforcement. In Butler, the building the shooter climbed was technically outside of the rally venue, and the Secret Service didn't sweep it.
It fell through the cracks, which still falls to the Secret Service because it means nobody checked to make sure the plan was in fact implemented correctly.
According to the Butler County Sheriff, right where the local officer climbed onto the building and saw Crooks, but dropped to the ground when Crooks aimed his rifle. In an interview with ABC News, the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle said local officials were inside the building when crooks scaled it. Said,
"The buck stops with me. I am director of the Secret Service."
There are also questions about why counter-sniper team located behind Trump didn't take out the shooter, even though they appear to be facing in his direction.
Once we started, they had rounds on target almost instantly. So that tells me that should come to attention. And they were in the decision loop.
As you saw for yourself, this clearly maps out how much security was set for this event. It also shows that the was actually in the perimeter that was supposed to be secured by law enforcement. So how didn't law enforcement see anything? It's just not possible for me to believe the authorities were not aware of the man sitting on top of the roof, especially considering the videos that have been posted online showing members of the crowd pointing out crooks on the roof before the begins. You can hear the people in the crowd specifically asking for the cops because they spotted the guy, but somehow the police or Secret Service didn't.
We were doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I could get some beautiful place with the gorgeous ocean. The
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look.
Now look at this. And you'll see how long he was on this roof. And like for highly trained Secret Service, it's like, bro, it couldn't have happened. I'm in the military. I know how it goes. Like, especially even on the flight deck. When you're on the flight deck on the ship, you have a line. If anything passes this line, you have a shooter. You already know what they're ordered to do if anybody passed this line. You had regular civilians literally pointing at this man for minutes, a long time, and nothing happened. You can't tell me something is not suspicious about this situation.
Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And
There he is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
On the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof again.
As you can see, civilians in the crowd with no training were able to spot the threat, but trained law enforcement in the same location couldn't find the threat. Things are just not adding up. This clip of the Secret Service agent aiming at the guy on the roof before he even tells us all we need to know. Why does it appear like the agent is waiting for him to act before he does? Shouldn't the Secret Service agent have eliminated the threat before he even had a chance to strike? Why wait until after? This also makes no sense. It clearly appears that this Secret Service agent knew the threat was there and did nothing for some reason. This clip released by the news proves that just that. The Secret Service agents knew Crook was on the roof, but did nothing. According to the news, agents were aware of this way before everything happened. They even claimed that he looked suspicious to them since the beginning, an hour before the event started. The Secret Service agents blamed the fact that they didn't take action on the chain of command, claiming that they didn't get an approval to do anything.
Minutes before Donald Trump took the stage. For more, we want to go to Aisha because there was a briefing today. You got some information about what happened, Aisha?
Dana, good afternoon to you. We just got a big information dump. Some of it is deeply, deeply troubling. So I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through this. Just bear with me here. A lot of notes that I'm going to look at here. Just about a couple minutes ago, these senators came out of this briefing with Secret Service. They've been asking for it for days now. Finally got it with the director and Secret Service staff. And the top headline that has come out of it, according to Senator John Barrasso, just spoke to him as soon as he hung up on this briefing. He said apparently the Secret Service had identified as a character of suspicion this man because they saw a rangefinder on him as well as a backpack. And this all happened more than an hour before it actually occurred. So they saw the guy and they identified this guy as suspicious. Now, more details coming from a source familiar here who was also in the meeting tells me that about 10 minutes before former President Trump went onto the stage, they had gone from looking at this guy as suspicious, now looking at him as a threat. That is coming from this briefing that the senators were in. They were told that Secret Service had called it in to a center that this guy, they now identified as a threat about 10 minutes before President Trump walked on stage, and they still allowed him to walk onto that stage. I'm told the Secret Service agent in charge there was on the phone with local and state police about the threat while shooting was taking place. That's huge, and that is raising a lot of concerns and now major calls for the director of the Secret Service to step down.
As you heard for yourself, the media is even telling us the Secret Service knew he was there the whole time but did nothing. They are basically admitting they let this happen, which is truly insane to me. One of the
Man, they had to. There's nothing else. Like, you can't make me believe that they didn't know that guy was up there when everybody saw him. And then, look, the shooter has his gun pointed at him. Don't do anything. Nothing. It's like he was waiting for him to take the bow. You feel me? It's crazy, man.
Things that was a massive red flag to me was Thomas Crook's connection to BlackRock. As I showed on my Patreon video, Thomas was actually in a BlackRock commercial back in 2022. The commercial showed Thomas briefly sitting in a classroom. Since the situation happened, BlackRock has removed the commercial and has tried to scrub it from the internet. I found this suspicious because Trump actually has a close relationship with Lawrence D. Fink, the head of BlackRock. BlackRock endorsed Trump's campaign, and Lawrence was even Trump's money manager for some time. The fact that this kid was just coincidentally in a BlackRock ad just seems rather suspicious to me. What are the odds of that? From what they're telling us, this was all just a security failure. The Secret Service agents and law enforcement just weren't communicating amongst each other correctly and allowed this 20-year-old kid to try to take out Trump. They want us to believe that there wasn't anything more to it. The thing is, I can't believe that, as it just doesn't seem true. Something else I found rather suspicious was the same day that Donald Trump was at the rally and this incident all happened, the elites were arriving at the Bohemian Grove for their camping retreat. I just did a video on the YouTuber who snuck into the Bohemian Grove just recently and caught the members in 4K performing a ritual. This was happening at the same time as the attempt on Donald Trump. Things just aren't adding up about all of this. If you saw my video, you know exactly what I think about all of this. As right now, those in charge of protecting Trump that day admit to us they knew this man was there but did nothing. The question is, did the Secret Service let this happen for some reason? I mean, who knows? Maybe the Secret Service isn't that well trained. Maybe all that American tax money spent on training these Secret Service agents went to waste. One thing that made me suspicious about all of this since the moment I saw it was after Trump got back up and threw his fist in the air before being taken to the truck. This to me was a massive red flag for many reasons. One, whenever a situation happens like that, the Secret Service is trained to transport the president quickly to a safe location. But for whatever reason, they allowed the president to stop during all of this and pump his fist in the air.
Yeah, that is kind of weird because you never know. You got to realize when somebody want to off you, you never, bro, it could have been another rifleman somewhere else. And a lot of times I'm telling you, if they want to off you, they have a whole plan. Oh, I got a rifleman over here. If you miss, boom. So the fact that he missed, the only mission should have been was to exit quickly, not have time for this or anything. Oh, where's my shoe or any of this? You got to get out of there immediately. So this was definitely a security failure. But at the same time, it's just like you start to think, and it's like, okay, now the gunman was connected to BlackRock. And, you know, Trump has a good relationship with the leader of BlackRock. The rifleman also has what was in a BlackRock commercial. Like, it's just like, okay, now, like, my mind is starting to like spin about the situation. And then you go back to Reagan and you saw what happened with Reagan with his unaliving attempt and how he surged in voters. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. I'll leave that up to the comments. Tell me what y'all think about the situation, you know?
Like he was in some sort of action movie. These must be some really bad Secret Service agents. For all we know, there could have been another in a different location waiting to take the shot. Trump stopped to hype up the crowd after barely surviving an attack. It is just ridiculous, honestly. Also, the way Trump was reacting seems strange. At that moment, there's no way Trump had any idea where he was hit. How would he have known that he was hit in the ear or not the head? The fact that he got up like nothing and was asking for his shoes just seems off to me. If you thought you just got hit in the head, would you be worried about shoes and throwing your fist in the air?
No, but sometimes you never know. In that moment, you got that adrenaline, bro, you never know. You never know what might come out of you. You know what I'm saying? You probably get popped and then a beast come out like, hey, now where they at? You know what I'm saying? I seen that happen. Well, I've heard about that happening in a lot of situations. I got a lot of friends who've been in situations like that for real. And sometimes, like, that happens, you just get it's like a fight or flight type. You know what I'm saying? So I could see how he could do that after getting pot. You feel me?
Watch out.
Wouldn't you be scared and in shock with your first priority being to get to the hospital to make sure you're okay? Instead, he took time to get his shoes and make some poses for the camera. This literally looks like a scene out of a bad movie. Forgive me, but I'm not buying that at all. The first thing you do after you think you got hit in the head is pump up the crowd and look for your shoes. Trump should have been panicking and should have been immediately rushed off the stage the moment the guy was taken out. No shoes, no fist pump, just safety. One thing is for sure, this is definitely gonna get Trump a lot of votes. This makes him look like a superhero, the savior of America, the man who can't be stopped and could survive anything. I know you guys have seen all the memes of Trump being depicted as 50 Cent. People even showed up to support Trump wearing a bandage on their ear. Trump managed to further his persona as the American hero we all need. But is any of this real? Is Trump really a hero? Or is he the anti-hero? The reason I wanted to make this video was because I see so many people confused and consumed by all of this. They're still buying into the elite's manipulation. They're allowing the elite to manipulate them with the same old tricks. These presidents are just puppets for the ones who truly run our country. None of the people they put in office have ever been on our side. They are all Masonic puppets, no matter who it is. If you think a man they allow to run our country is on our side, you are still blind to the truth. They're all serving the same agenda. They're not here to serve us. They all go to the same Masonic lodges and do the same Masonic rituals. All of the information being released on this attempt on Trump tells us this entire situation was fishy. We are not being told the truth, and we will never be told the truth. Just like every other time, we have to find the truth ourselves. Don't put your trust in a man. Put your trust in God. Don't allow the elite to manipulate you any longer. Show them that we know the truth. Well, that's it for this one. But before you...
Alright, that's the end of the video. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that in the comments, man. For real, that video was very enlightening. Just the BlackRock thing and how the Pow man was connected to BlackRock. Now, I'm definitely not an anti-Trumper. I'm not one of those guys who just like, oh, he's fake. I'm not even saying that it was a setup. I'm just telling y'all, just think about the situation, because I'm like, man, it's just really crazy. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this, bro. I just feel like both parties is controlled. So at the end of the day, you got to put your trust in God, bro. You can't trust either party. They both crooked. They both corrupt. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really put nothing past either of them. So like I say, man, put your trust in God, because He's the only one that can save us at the end of the day. No party can do that for you. So I'll end that with that. But thank you guys for watching the video. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that video in the comments. And hey, see you guys next video, man. Let's get it.